You
Hey, wait, hey man, hey,
enter.
you all right, man? You all right? Hey, okay? Wow, Savage AF, what's going on, y'all?
We
I don't
lounge.
know. I don't know what happened with Pedro. Apparently, he's lounging.
You may enter. We starting the weekend early, y'all. You know what it
All
is.
right,
Savage AF. Forget your feelings, guys.
facts matter.
We'll be cursing in in 3 minutes.
In 3 minutes,
4
and
minutes.
no, 5 minutes.
4 minutes too. 4
All
minutes
right,
too.
and I see some people in the feed. Yo,
I am
seven.
Black Pedro. I'm Black Pedro.
I am Shang, and we're here normally for you 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Uh, Typically, also, I want to make sure that y'all know that I know that y'all know that I know you know. You know?
You're
You heard? All right.
guys, like you said, Monday through Friday,
Monday through Friday.
3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. YouTube and Facebook are the locations. Multiply. Listen, if you ever miss us live, that's your ass.
Yeah. I mean,
See, that's
what's
not.
wrong with you?
But listen,
You bitch, get
you can,
out the way.
hey man, we staying clean for another 3
Now
minutes.
you can say bitch. Bitch is okay.
Well, see, that's what's wrong with the system. Anyways, listen, you can get the funk right on up out your butt. If you ever miss us
Wow.
live.
Wow. Wow. That just sounds disgusting. But
No, because if
okay.
you miss us live, you're a funky butt. But you
All
can
right.
get the funk right up out your butt by going to our YouTube channel. It's
And the
scrolling
YouTube page, it's scrolling. You see it scrolling.
youtube.com/c/world.
And make sure when you scroll your ass there, do this. The bell. When you click the bell, you feel better. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Also, you give some thumbs up, you feel even better. I like to just the drink at the end. It's just you know. Also, make sure you check us out on the Facebookage, Savage A. Dot F. Dot.
It's right up there. It's right up. Oops, sorry, over here.
Subscribe to that. Also, I know that we always tell you all these things in the beginning for the people that are regulars, for the people that are new, because we are getting a few new people.
All of the people of the world.
Well, people of the world, make sure you rate, subscribe, and comment. You wanna taste me? Come taste me now.
No one for test.
All right, so make sure you do that. Also, if you got it's this. What is the name of that thing? The gram. Yeah, that's it. If you got Instagram, make sure that you follow. And it's very important to follow at Black Pedro, and make sure you follow at Comedian Shang. And if you do that, guess what will happen? You will feel better. Your life will be better. The whole world will be a better place for you and me.
For you and me. All right, y'all. That being said, listen, you can also catch us live here and there, now and then, on these roads, in these towns, in these cities. Speaking of cities, we will be in one called Sin. Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. Tomorrow, 2 shows. I know I'll be face down in a puddle of mud for sure.
Yeah, it's called the N. You ready for this? The NUWU Cannabis Marketplace. It's the largest marketplace of cannabis in the world. All right, we'll be there tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and also right after that, we'll be at. That's right. It's called Dirty at 12:30. We'll be at Dirty at 12:30 at the South Point Casino. South Point Casino. That starts at 12:30 a.m. So that's really Friday night, Saturday morning, the 24th. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you come up. By the way, these shows are free, free, free. Also, I'll be in Vegas coming up soon in July, and I'll let you know about that. And those shows, I get 20 guests per show. So I'm going to get y'all in for the shows. So make sure you come out and have a good damn time. But And for the people that have been asking, yes, the special, when the special is done, Black Pedro engaged, you will know, and it will show on your face how much you had a good goddamn time watching.
We've been editing today, man. We've been going through it. So let's go, man. Let's work it. Oh, by the way, let's say, speaking of fam, we got some in the building. Kevin Keith is here. Maya Baker, I see you. Bronda, Miss Unpredictable.
Tim D3.
You know what it is. Damani. That's what it is, man. Welcome to the building, y'all. Thank y'all for helping us build it brick by brick.
By brick. And you know what, though? We've been doing this show for a while, and I want to say to everybody that we're going to be going to another platform soon. And when we go to that platform, I need y'all to do me a favor. Go to my website and sign up. Make sure you put Savage AF. This is the website right here. You sign up on the website. It's iamshang.com. IAMSHANG.com. Make sure you sign up and make sure you put in the content Savage, okay? AF. So I know, and we'll put you on a special list to let you know when we're on a new platform in a studio, not StreamYard, the whole nine. So make sure you do that.
That's what it is, y'all. Savage AF, man. We're past the 5-minute mark, so fuck your feelings, facts matter. Black Pedro, comedian Shang, y'all. That's the motto. Listen, let's get into the show. It's Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, in the time-space continuum. Let's talk about it, y'all. We're going to end with a Shangri today because we have the Minister of Shanger here.
Yes.
Today, Shangri, to encapsulate our show. Is it time to take up arms, legs, and heads?
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I feel.
Look at you, mature over here. Look at Nat Turner over here. All right. But before we go into that, today I'd like to discuss in my Black Pedro pop-in my NFL dilemma.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's talk about it,
I
y'all.
don't have no dilemma with the NFL because the NFL can kiss my ass.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get into it, man. But before
Not
we get
fucking with it, league. That's my shit.
But before we get into that, you know, us two brothers right here, though we don't have any generalistic skills per se or any affiliations or accreditations towards that arena, we are some hard-hitting interrogators. And when we ask questions, it's usually like, motherfucker, say what?
Yeah.
Today, we're going to ask, father, you mean daddy, right?
Yeah.
Stick around. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, and I hate to quote the brother loosely because he is out his goddamn mind, and I think detrimental to blackness at this point. But I drink a Boost for breakfast, the Censure for dessert.
Wow.
It did, man. Oh man. Yeah, the GOP, the fuckheads. Speaking of, yeah, that was a Kanye quote, sort of. And he's a GOP fuckhead at this point, a Trump succulent.
Yes.
I should say succubus. Sorry.
Yeah. Kanye West has been in the sunken place for a while. And I think it's because when his mother passed, he had mental issues. But I think he had mental issues initially. But he's in the sunken place, but not as sunken as the Republicans, what they did with the
your boy Adam Schiff, a congressional representative, Democrat, who led, and I believe he's from here in California as well.
Yeah,
he led one of the multiple impeachments of Donald Trump.
Yeah,
brilliantly, successfully to the point of impeachment, which is their job. But for that action, pretty much specifically, not only did they a while back ago remove him from committee, but they also was it today or yesterday? I'm sorry, I think it was. They voted to. They being the GOP, led by Kevin McCarthy in the House.
Kevin McCarthy, the spineless jellyfish that needs to be killed by a killer whale.
He's a spoonful of goo.
Yeah, you know what? He has no spine. He's a bitch, and like he's the type of dude that would tell, like, if you was dating somebody, he would try to get at your girl and say, "Yeah, I saw Pedro talking to this other girl." Yeah, he that type of dude. That's a bitch, dude.
But then when you confronted him about it like a man, he would start crying and then tell you about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, man. But what about the
And
seals?
then the next day he would hit up your girl again.
Yeah, and your
Yeah.
girl tell you like, hey,
I thought you
he,
talked to him.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
I did talk to him, and the next time I talked to him, guess what? Hands.
hands.
But yeah, the Maya Baker comes in hot. GOP hates the truth, and it isn't in them. They did the same thing to Liz Cheney. Actually, they went harder at Liz Cheney
But
because
I
she's
didn't even
Republican.
say. I know it's on the screen, but I didn't even say it. But so they actually voted yesterday to censure Adam Schiff, which you're like, yeah, based on that face alone, you'd be like, oh shit, man, they censured him.
Yeah,
But really, it's just like a formal condemnation of action.
it's
It's
not like they. It's not like
kind of a slap on the
he
wrist.
can't roll up into the chamber. He roll up in the chamber, but this is him saying, "Suck my hole,
I mean,
suck my hole,
to be
bitches."
honest, the removal from a committee is more serious, I believe. But this is a formal condemnation of Adam Schiff, but strictly by the GOP, but strictly for doing his due diligence as a oath-bound constitutionalist, right?
Right.
To
I don't
uphold
like using the word the oath anymore since the oath keepers kind of,
I mean, they all took an oath. They took an oath to the.
yeah. Well, I guess,
He took an
but
oath. It's how you keep it, is what it is. I mean, everybody keeping oaths. I mean, motherfucking Mike Pence was an oath keeper on January 6th, but in a good way. You know what I mean?
well, I don't really give him props.
Not to praise this motherfucker.
He
You
did
know?
what he was supposed to do. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, an oath is what you're supposed to do, right? Like,
yeah, I know.
it sounds fancy, but it's just you saying what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna always do that
And
and not do anything
but
else.
I'm gonna say this pertaining to this. Also, Maya Baker says Boebert's attempt to request a vote of impeachment on Biden was stopped by McCarthy. McCarthy,
Also, that caused a rift between MTG, or as we call her,
Marjorie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, aka Trapezoid.
MTG now stands for Mountain Gorilla.
Yeah.
But Representative Mountain Gorilla from Georgia got pissed at Boebert, and apparently has called her a little bitch on the floor of the.
I want to see him fight. But Marjorie Taylor Greene take out that whole side with
Like,
whoa. Yeah, she's I'm not trying to, people say, well, don't body shame, don't talk about women, blah, blah, blah. Look at her though. I'm telling you, look at her. And then look at that movie that The Rock was in with that big white gorilla.
Rampage.
Look at it close and look at her. That's all I'm saying. I'm just putting it out there. But Adam Schiff, who was thorough as fuck during the impeachment. The only reason they didn't get the impeachment is because we got bitch ass people that are Republicans.
They got the impeachment. He has been impeached. They did not get convictions from the Republican-led Senate.
Right. But he should have been convicted. Well, we know that. I mean, that's why I just think that the Democrats and Republicans all can eat a bag of giant Crispies, and I mean crispy dicks, because like the Democrats when they push.
How much do you pay a cook to fry dicks?
You know what?
Don't get crispy on their own.
I told you there's a cannibal fucking restaurant that's for the rich. So I'm pretty sure they're selling dicks.
What's it called? Army Hammers? I just watched a documentary on the dude. Have you House of Hammer?
Yeah.
Have you watched that?
Yeah.
This motherfucker wants to eat girls. like
I mean, physically, not eat them. Yeah.
Yeah, no, like livers. Maya Baker, do not take your Mary Poppins tone with me, young lady. You understand me? She says, "Oh, Pedro, ethics and constitutional oaths mean nothing to the GOP, especially on the Supreme Court."
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that. Okay.
I'm just saying, everybody took an oath. How you decide to keep it?
But they never liked Schiff. They thought Schiff was shifty. And he's not. He's actually one of the more thorough legislators. But I think that because he went so hard to paint some of the stuff he said against Trump, they were marking it down like, when we get the chance, we're going to get revenge. because the Republicans ain't about motherfucking helping the American public. They're about revenge, tribalism, dirty tactics, and they always try to say, well, they're pedophiles and they're running kids to pizza places and all this other goofy shit.
The parlor that doesn't.
Yeah, and all that other shit. And so we know that the Republicans are detached from reality. So I don't understand why some people would be surprised that even Adam Schiff said, "Oh, fucking go on with that shit. It means nothing. It means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I fuck you. It doesn't mean nothing. I come to your house. I piss on your fucking dog."
I really don't think that Schiff is an Italian name, but
I'm saying it means nothing. It means nothing to me. You mean nothing. You're just a fucking. You're just a cop with a badge. You're just a cop with a badge. Come on.
Yeah, let's make up Italian words, y'all.
I know.
But
is that a word?
They have slapped the shit out of Adam Schiff on the wrist, and earlier in this year they removed him from committee. So this is all revenge for that. But we saw how it shows how petty the GOP is, and also this is like step one in their what I consider their impossible Legend of Zelda quest to impeach Joe Biden.
Well, they do got some ammo, though. You know what? I'm going to tell you why they got ammo. You can give me all you want. They're going to... Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. The reason I said that they got ammo, if you look at the base and how the base thinks, because they're all delusional, they're going to somehow, some way connect the guilty plea and also Hunter Biden getting off with a slap on his wrist to Biden pertaining to corruption in the justice system.
But we're talking about them.
Okay.
Hold on. We're talking about their desire to impeach Joe Biden.
And they can try to that will be their ammo. I didn't say it will work.
But the way you referenced that ammo, you referenced it influencing their base, which has nothing to do with impeachment, right? This would be about proving a case of some sort of illegal action or unoath-like action that is potentially breaking laws, if not moral conduct, proving that within a congressional committee, right? Not a court of public opinion or even a court of law. So first of all, the Republicans, GOP, don't even have a thing to impeach Biden about.
They don't like his face, man.
No. But they're saying, who is this? Chuck Grassley, or as we should call him, Astley. Chuck Astley.
See, we're just calling names like Trump, which I love.
I mean, it works for them. When they go low, we kick them. So
and we punch them and we spit on them and we take our dicks out and jack off in their eye. And okay, that was too far. That was a bridge too far. Sorry.
Chuck Astley is out here in these streets saying that he has tapes that will show Biden, in some sort of criminal conversation, yada yada yada. Has not produced those tapes. Has actually admitted that he doesn't know if they actually exist, or B, if they'll prove what he says. But it's so their rhetoric around this fictitious thing is, if those tapes exist and they say what Chuck says they say that they might not say at all because they might not exist, then woo, Biden is fucked if they exist.
Okay, but I'm gonna say right now, maybe the person that has those tapes are those whistleblowers that they couldn't find. Like those whistleblowers had a lot of stuff that they had, and they have the same tapes. Maybe the tapes they got lost in the transit. But I'm thinking
GOP can blow my whistle, all right?
But everybody's trying to say Biden is one of the most corrupt presidents. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the proof. But they don't need proof. They just need rhetoric.
Well, I mean, but in an impeachment situation, they do. Maya Baker says impeachment requires proven dereliction of duty. Proven being a very key word. Impeachment requires
shut up, Maya.
Dereliction of duty, violation of
No,
laws,
that's
and
not true.
agreement across party lines.
That's not true, Maya. Guess what? Guess what? Trump did dereliction of duty when he was at pertaining to January 6th. He did dereliction of duty.
He got impeached for that.
Well, he got impeached for, but it means nothing. It means nothing. None of this means nothing. I'm starting to get this attitude pertaining to all of this shit. It just means nothing. They do little fucking petty shit. We try to follow the law, the Democrats or the progressives or the try to follow the law, and even the law don't do it. Look how long it took them to even go after Trump, and it was obvious shit Trump. There was shit Trump did in the beginning pertaining to the emolument clause, where he basically was siphoning money off of having being the president. They was making mad loot, but his kids made mad loot. His kid and his son-in-law made mad loot off of him being the president. Nobody's doing nothing. So all you people, get your spaceship ready because 2024 is going to be the craziest bullshit ever if Trump gets the nomination. Now that's if Trump gets the nomination. And then I'm going to be broke and I'm going to have to live under Pedro's house.
Yeah, I think there's currently a family of possums under there. So
well, the possum's going to have to move over.
In a dispute, but I'm just saying. They've been there a while. That being said, man, we're going to keep it pushing. Speaking of crazy bullshit, this next guy has been on.
I'm being threatened, man. I got a threat.
Shane, when I see you in these streets trying to help you get a gun, and this is what you do, oh Lord. See, you can't. Don't fuck with the dealer, dog.
I'm sorry.
You get high on supply.
I apologize. I apologize.
Speaking of crazy bullshit, y'all, this next guy we're about to talk about has been on it from day one. And every time he speaks, every time he does something, every time you hear something new about him, we all literally say,
wow. Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah, yeah, yeah.
Woo! All right, man. So, your boy, yeah, the faceless one. A man has no. All right, so here's the thing. George Santos, a representative out of New York, may actually be a fake person. At some point, I feel like we're going to get Scooby-Dooed. They're going to peel off a mask. It's going to be, I don't know, whoever. And it'll be like, if it wasn't for you damn kids. But a complete lying piece of shit.
Hey, man.
Complete lying piece of shit.
I think you are way over the line, Pedro.
Well, would I be unless...
Give more respect to shit.
Well, if he wasn't facing 13 indictments for
13?
lying, scamming, embezzling,
tricking the general voter.
This nigga tricked a sick pit bull.
Yeah, that's fucked up. What's up, Kevin?
If nothing else, white people should be mad about that. But here's the thing. George Santos out of New York, complete lying piece of shit, under 13 indictments, was hauled in, a little while back, hauled right back out on a $500,000,
which bond. Is not a little bit of money. It's a chunk of change.
Okay, so it's a $500,000 bond that only needed to be guaranteed by two, at the time, unknown and undisclosed guarantors. They had, and so there was some pressure from the media and also from congressional. Sorry for the background noise, guys. It's weed whacker day, but
and Republicans. There was Republicans in New York that hate this motherfucker, and they was stressing. What's up with that?
And since he's under the ethics committee, the congressional ethics committee also applied pressure to the judge to reveal who the guarantors were, because they wanted to make sure, it wasn't some fucknut, donor shit that, was against the law as well. And that was finally released. And as it turns out, the paperwork says that this $500,000 bond that had no money had to be paid up front or anything, but it is guaranteed by his father and his aunt. Now,
which I don't believe.
well, listen, we are Savage AF. We say fuck your feelings, facts matter. So I will preface this by saying I have no proof for anything I'm about to say. That's the part that makes us.
I have proof.
Well, all I want to say is that I don't think the dude, as far as we know, I didn't think this dude came from money like that. Otherwise, why would you be embezzling money and have credit card debt and all of this other shit, right? Like, if he came from money like that, maybe, I mean, in bonds, I don't think you have to put it all up, but whatever. But anyways, I don't think his family comes from money like that to be confidently guaranteeing $500,000.
Pedro, for real.
So either the money is being siphoned through his father from some other source, which you'd love to see. These are my speculations strictly.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Or
I already know.
This ain't even his mother and aunt. I mean, this ain't even his father and aunt. This is these are some more lizard people with they're gonna pull off their face and just have.
Okay, listen. Okay, let me tell you. By the way, that's him.
Lady George.
Yeah, that's him.
By the way, nothing wrong with he's openly gay. Nothing wrong with that.
Openly gay and he's openly drag.
When you say father, do you mean daddy? This totally looks like he's looking for sugar. He's a sugar.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm like, is it his father or his
first
dad?
off, Pedro, you see he's pointing. You listen up. There's no conspiracy. There's nothing going on, and you're just trying to attack my family. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not as his family's. I think the money was given to him by the GOP because they know they have a slim margin pertaining to the Senate. So that's why they backed him with this money, and they gave it to his family, or they put some property up or something through his family, and his family in turn did that. And I think it's because Kevin McCarthy knows he's hanging on by a thread. So where that money came from, that's where I think it came from. I think GOP got backing him, even though, look, they already backing him and they know he's a fucking pathological fucking cunt liar. They already backed him on all kind of other shit when it comes to passing laws and passing policy that is horrible for the fucking general public other than the top 1% or 1%. So why wouldn't it be my conspiracy that the 500,000 G's came from somebody through the GOP? Does that make sense?
I mean, these are all, I think, plausible speculations.
Well, you know what? I don't know if it's true.
One implausible speculation that I just caught in the comment section, and it's reversing back to the previous topic a bit. But Kevin Keith says, just saying, Biden is destroying the country. I think let me try and read this as the way I think he intended to say it. Just saying Biden destroying the country is not enough evidence to impeach.
I disagree.
Impeach starts with an
I.
I.
Okay, I disagree.
We love you, but you're going to have to give, on this show, we would love for you to give evidence of Biden's destruction of this country, especially when he has fortified the lower and middle classes, gotten legislation passed to pull half of the children living below the poverty line out of that situation. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was 500,000. It was 500,000.
Well, it's 500 G's or $500,000 is what Philip is saying.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know what, man? Hey, man, don't be. Hey, Philip. First off, Philip, quit being the fucking, verb police. Okay. Okay. Say first off, man.
He's a numbers cop. He's a calculated cop.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. That's cool. I said 500,000. Then I said 500 G. Well, I messed up, man. And sometimes I do that. And while you at it, tell your aunt I said hello.
When they go, hi, Shane goes.
I know. I'm messing with you, Philip. Like, yeah, man. Like, just start rubbing my chest. Hey, man, I know your aunt been real lonely since your dad told your uncle to leave.
So no, but I would encourage Kevin Keith.
He's a G. He said he's a G.
That's only 1,000, dog. We millions over here, nigga. We billions, dog. I'm joking. This is very cheap whiskey. Anyways, listen. I would love for Kevin Keith to give, or maybe he was being sarcastic. But if you have evidence of Biden destroying the country, actually, I'm gonna give Kevin Keith benefit of the doubt because he's usually a righteous voice in here. Maybe he was just being sarcastic because that sounds like GOP rhetoric. Like he's destroying the country, impeach him, and they're like, "How is he destroying the country? Through destruction." What did he destroy?
Yeah.
Construction.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
just what making shit up. And by the way, Philip, I don't know what the hell that was. I have no idea. I don't know what that. You know what? I don't understand half the shit. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I haven't died in the tub radio mishap. I'm one of the dumbest, brightest, evilest, goodest persons in the world. I don't know if that makes sense either. But what I do know is that
G
Santos,
equals a grand.
and 500,000 is 500,000. But I think that Santos, if you look at how Santos has been navigating his whole career, when you look at the fake resume, which they already fact checked to death, when you look at all of the bullshit lies he said pertaining to his faith, where he was trying to associate himself with the Jewish community by saying he was Jewish, which is some, like, if you Jewish, that's insulting.
It's a really hack. It's a really hack joke. Like Shane, you worked the comedy circuit for decades like me, and you see these motherfuckers, and
I'm not Jew. I'm not a Jew. I'm Jew-ish. All right, but no, I think that if you look at all of the different stuff that even when the 13 counts, and how much the Republicans, at least the Republicans in New York City, they loathe this dude, and they know that he's not qualified, and they know that he's done things that were underhanded, all the way back, going back to when he's had a couple of things where he did pertaining to the dog.
And you know what? Maya Baker did say, and I wanted to address this earlier. She said, he, meaning George Santos, he's an alien AI that got elected by fools. And you know what? I could fall right into that with you, Maya, for sure. If it wasn't for the backlash that he got from his own Republican voters, I think in mass. Enough people
right
who voted for him and really, really feel like they were fooled. Not
right.
that they are fools, but that they, this man lied about who he was. And as your average voter, who checks the goddamn, who's calling the registrar's office at his alma mater to see if he actually went there? Like who's checking on the dog foundation to see where them pit bull money's going? Like. We kind of listen to people give speeches and blah blah blah. So they thought that he flat out lied to people. Like some people can bullshit, some people can be coy and blah blah blah. This motherfucker, untalented Mr. Ripley, flat out lied to his voters. And based on our political climate,
let me tell you something.
Nobody does that due diligence. But
it's thug life when Mitt Romney run-ups on you, when the Mormon run up, when a Mormon runs up on you, hey bitch, I don't like what you're doing, I don't like what you stand for, bitch. And next time I see you here on the grounds, next time I see you here around the campus, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you right now, man, boop bop bip, you know what I'm saying? And that's just the first round, bitch. Okay, and you're just bitch. I seen you. You wear bitch clothes. You act like a bitch. Yeah, bitchness, bitch ass bitch. That was 7 bitches in a row, and I just want you to know I kept count. I just think that the voters, you can say the voters, but I'm gonna tell you right now, the people in power let him through. So I think they wanted that.
No, I mean obviously he just wasn't vetted, or not by anybody.
I agree.
And I think actually there were some sources that were saying some things, but it just didn't get picked up, you know what I mean, widely, too quickly enough. But Maya says then they should be recalled by the voters in a special election scheduled. I mean,
Never happened. Never
lock.
gonna happen.
I'm not. Santos will get locked up. He's going to jail. he did. I'm sure he did some dumb shit too, and his dumb ass.
Okay, but you were okay. Y'all wrong about Trump. You're wrong about Santos. They're going to keep Santos in that seat as much as possible because of the slim margin they got.
He will, yes, but the courts is a different thing.
The courts is going to let him slide too.
He's under 13 indictments by the Listen, he's under indictment, Shane. Like that hasn't McCarthy wanting to keep him in the seats will have nothing to do with that. Yeah, of course, he's not going to be expelled by the GOP from Congress. They are spineless like that, hypocrites. They have no moral compass at all or direction. They're just flailing in a sea of lies and.
Okay, but haven't you seen Teflon Don? That's what they're calling him, Teflon Don. Get away with murder.
He died in jail. He was the original Teflon Don.
I know, but we're talking about what's Donald Trump.
But that's just not real. It's not.
Okay, Trump.
It's a moniker.
It's a moniker, but look, all of the corrupt shit he did, even going back to before he was into politics, when he was dealing with casinos in Atlantic City and didn't pay none of his construction workers, or so let's go all the way back to that. When you go back to the racist shit he did pertaining to the Central Park Five, when you go back to the racist shit he said pertaining to Black people and Jewish people, all of that, and he's always gotten off. He was impeached twice, but not convicted twice. He's been indicted twice. We don't know what's going to go on with that yet. But he seems that, like I said, white people doing white people shit to help other white people, no matter how corrupt they are. That's what the police do. That's what the police always do. White policemen, and now Black policemen who are coon cage ass niggas that follow that same old narrative, they do the same shit too, Pedro. So why would you think Donald Trump would get off and Santos would get off?
I don't think they'll get off. I think they'll get. I think both are going to jail.
Wow, really?
You know that.
Look at Santos is looking at you like, what you say?
Yeah, no, you going to jail, bro.
I don't think he's going to jail. I don't think he's going to jail.
I don't think anybody who wears the half zip sweater underneath a jacket like that, it's just it's a whack ass.
Yeah, no, hey man, that's collegial. Collegial. What is it called? Is that the right word?
Collegiate.
Well, I was close enough. And look, Philip, don't say shit. I said I messed up again. Collegiate. You know what? He ain't going to jail. How about that? Was I clear? God damn it, Philip. Messing with you. But look at it this way. If you look at how the Republicans roll, and you look how the DOJ rolled when they had Dinosaur Face, they let a lot of corrupt shit slide. I mean, there was reporters being killed by fucking Saudis, and they didn't even, nobody got pressed heavy over there. And the Republicans knew it and didn't give a fuck. Everybody in the goddamn comment section, what in the fuck in your mind makes you think that they ain't gonna try to win at all costs, and they gonna use the justice system to twist it and turn it, or give the special monies from special interest groups? He's gonna get off. Santos, I'm not talking about just Trump. Santos, 13 counts, and then the GOP is gonna use it as ammo to say it's a witch hunt. They just keep coming at us. That's what I think is gonna happen. And Trump, and I'm not raising the money no more other than $11,500. I'm not gonna raise it anymore because it's silly, man. You got to look at how they've been doing, how white folks in this country and Black, now don't get me wrong, it's corrupt as Black folks too.
No, absolutely.
But white folks have let white folks get away with murder, and I mean literal murder, and murder, figuratively, forever, ever. And what makes you think they won't do it with Santos? And what makes you think they won't do it with Trump? I'm just curious. And we got AJ Fitt coming in hot. Government is a good distraction, best magicians ever. While everyone worried about Trump Biden's administration can't account for the $6.2 billion of the taxpayers' money. I agree with you. The $6.2 billion or the money we gave to Ukraine, supposedly gave to Ukraine, and Ukraine is still throwing rocks at motherfuckers and fighting people with spatulas. I don't know. What, and that was supposed to be our money, but that was again a white nation helping a white nation, because I ain't never seen them go over to Somalia or any other place.
About this $6.2 billion of taxpayer money. I'm not aware of what this is about, but I know we mishandle money a lot, especially dollars.
Oh, the COVID money. There's a thing coming out now about how much of the COVID money and they were giving away money, and how a lot of corporations were getting millions and millions of dollars from unemployment. You know, it's just all a fuck. It's all a fuck show. So AJ Fit, all right, lift this. It's been that way. Bench press this for a second. We know that shit. We've been knowing that shit. That's America.
But I mean, I think we do. I think we do see. I mean, listen, we know that politicians are politicians. They get monies and kickbacks and they're bought. But some of them are actually out there. And I think in general, Democratic agendas, if left to their devices, would help out masses, right? Would help out middle class, lower middle class, and impoverished people in this country, right?
You think so?
I mean, in general, those policies are
but the Democrats
intentions of at least of doing that. How they get access, maybe your county commissioner siphons funds away and your housing never gets blah blah blah. But like Democrats tend to spend money. Listen, this shouldn't be a debate. That's a Republican argument, right? Is that Democrats want to spend and run up the deficit, and Democrats are like, you want to cut, and also not take any revenue in from the richest motherfuckers in the world. So Republicans create deficits all day because they don't collect money from wealthy people, and then they cut programs for lower income people so that those people keep staying low, right? The economy doesn't build like that. If poor people don't have any money to spend, they won't spend. Rich people don't have to spend money. They got everything. They have land and real estate.
Right. The top
food
out of the top 5 richest people, 3 of them it was inherited. It wasn't earned.
They've had their shit for a while, and
it wasn't like they earned it.
Yeah, and they don't have to run the Walmart weekly or, you know what I mean, the local store to get food or anything like that. Then they're not buying half gallons of milk to hold over the family for 3 days until the thing, you know what I mean? But those little dollars that float around these little hoods in our communities, that, you know, that's the American economy, right? It's like the stores being filled with people buying shit. And that's not run by rich people, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. But what I'm saying, is, no, I hear you. But what I'm saying is, and what AJ Fit brought up is, when you see us send money overseas. Now, I'm not saying that the Ukrainians don't need help. They do need help. They get pretty mobbed on by Russia. Russia was like, fuck that, get up off that land. And it was some corrupt shit that Putin did. But the bottom line is, we've spent more than, I don't know, the 6.5 billion, 6.2 billion, but I know we sent at least $11 billion over for the Ukrainians, and they can't even fix issues that are here, like, you know, basic issues.
And they have money to do both, like I've always said, right? Okay. Like I mean, you know, we saw it in the pandemic. Like, America has the money. Like, yeah, I'm not mad at them sending money to Ukraine if it's being misappropriated and you know, abused. Yeah, that's an issue. But I don't want to say, well, don't send them anything if you're not sending us that. What I'd like to say is, if you're sending them that, then you should definitely be able to send us this, right? So,
well,
do both, because they can. We know money's there. You got to tax the rich, though. You got to tax wealthy people. Fuck you, pay me, bro. Like, You know, they ship the jobs overseas. There's nothing for us to do here, and then they want to just make money off of us and expect us to buy the products that we don't even make anymore, that we don't get paid to make. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. So they're going to have to come up off. Rich people are going to have to come up off of tax dollars, and those dollars are going to have to be used to and distributed, fairly.
Well, no, well, I wouldn't say rich
Way.
people because we want to be really rich, but I say the ultra rich.
I don't even care about that, dog. I really
I'm
like.
talking about the top 1% of 1%. Yeah, no, I think the top 1% of 1% that got their money basically through, you know, I mean, corrupt means. Let's be real with you, because a lot of they've had 200 years of free labor, pretty much. Because if you look at Jim Crow, if you look at back in the day with slavery, from slavery to Jim Crow, and how they would arrest us for no fucking reason just to get us back into the system when we're in the system, to make us to do work and make us, pick cotton and all that other stuff. A lot of their wealth came from, evil and or inheritance of evil. So I mean, yeah, no, I think that the rich need to come up off it. But if you're a thousandaire, or if you're a thousandaire, like and you're not a multimillionaire,
Called employed at this point. Like,
yeah. I mean, he should. And California, if you have $250,000, you know how much that really is? It's $82,000.
yeah, bro, it's nothing.
In California, it's California and New York are the highest, and then the highest where you can get the most money for is the bang for your buck is Texas. Believe it or not, even though, but then you get, then you have all the other fucry of Texas.
But now you're a slave.
Yeah.
Maya Baker says the capitalism system was never designed to reward the poor. The capitalism system was never designed to reward or support the poor. I think that's a very important thing to put out there, is that our economic system it's not realistic for the masses, right? And America is Europe Junior, and what Europe did is they had royalty, and the royalty hoarded all the resources. They were the 1% of the 1%.
Right.
So in America was founded because they were like, man, fuck royalty, fuck the king, fuck the queen, right? Taxation without representation. Let's throw all the tea in the sea. Fuck it, bro. Fuck them. And then we created thousandaires, millionaires, billionaires.
Right.
And those are our royalty, right? That's our royalty now. They are hoarding all the resources, and people are getting taxed without representation. And, when you push enough of the population into a corner like that, there's going to be a reverb of a backlash, a flux.
Just a quick question. Philip Thomas said, LA has the valley. Isn't that affordable? No, I mean, if you're trying to buy a house,
affordable, nigga. Like what's I don't know. Affordable to who?
Right. But if you're trying to buy a house in California, or if you're trying to buy a house in the Los Angeles area, the house you get here, you could get a mansion in Georgia. You can get that's the truth. That's the truth.
Los Angeles, I think the average home price, the median price is like around $780 right now.
Yeah, $780, if not more. I've been looking.
$1,000, and we are talking about many of those homes that are hundreds of thousands of dollars are 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 1-bath.
Right.
Like these aren't sprawling estates. These are in Detroit what we would just call the crib. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In bungalow, a flat. It's not. These aren't elaborate homes. So, I watch a lot of real estate videos on Instagram, especially around here in LA, and they're like, we got the tile in the shower and light fixtures. I'm like, yeah, it's a light and a wall. Like, worth $700,000 motherfucking dollars.
Well, I mean, yeah,
sunshine and the little ocean access, and the women, weed, and weather. But like mine says, the math ain't mathing. I don't know where you live, dog, but come check the valley. In the valley, guess what's not affordable? Air conditioning in the summer. Literally in the valley, it's 10 to 20 degrees hotter than anywhere else in LA, man.
Yeah.
Bro, it's 96 degrees in Beverly Hills. Motherfucker, it's 125 degrees in Burbank.
Right. But in Vegas, which a lot of people move to Vegas, Vegas is 102 or some crazy shit like that.
Bro, it's about to be when we get there tomorrow, it's gonna be 110 up our ass. Dog. I'm telling you, dog. A month ago when I was in Vegas, that shit was on blaze, my nigga. Like the
Well,
community
I'm gonna be in the hotel.
pool was already packed because that shit was hot.
I'm not gonna be out and about like, hey, let's go for a walk. And then pass over from a heat stroke.
My mother has to walk her dog at 3:30 in the morning, and then one more time at like 10:30 at night. This is the dogs in Vegas are sad as fuck in this. And then he hot steps around the backyard when he needs a midday.
Is that a dog's fault?
Like, this nigga trying to figure out how to keep only two paws on the ground.
Fuck, shit, goddamn, what the fuck?
I'm like, dance contest. He be pop locking out there. Yeah. All right, we're gonna keep it moving.
Move on. Yeah,
that's what the motherfuckers see. What
we were on Santos for quite a while.
I don't feel like you know. Again, these are feelings. Fuck my feelings. Facts matter. But I'd be interested to see if his family actually has the funds to back up and guarantee a 500,000 G. That was for you, Philip. A 500,000 G. I think that's like $5 trillion or some shit. But a bond. I don't think his family can do it. We're gonna keep it pushing as we do. Fuck your feelings. Facts matter. Savage AF, Black Pedro, comedian Shane. Speaking of Black Pedro, we're gonna keep it moving, y'all. I got a dilemma. And I'm
I hear your dilemma. Go ahead with that. Go ahead.
Right after this, man.
Hey. It's your boy Black Pedro, popping in. Hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. I'm gonna pour out a little liquor for this one, man, because this is a tough dilemma right here, man. It's
a tough dilemma. All right, go ahead.
So if you don't know, now you know. I'm pretty sure most of y'all are aware that I outside of stand-up comedy, this and acting, I do supplement, and by supplement I mean make most of my money working at a restaurant in Beverly Hills. It's a high-end location, bit of a hot spot. Rappers have rapped about it. And you know, we get people who come through there.
You get people who come through there. I think it's,
you know, but in LA when we say people,
I think you should say famous people.
Well, you know, Shang, only the famous ones are the people. The rest are peons. Okay, get me crackers and napkins.
I don't know if it's like that, but all right.
Last night, while in the midst of serving a large party that had reserved half our restaurant in our semi-private room, one of my college football teammates walks up.
Right.
And he's going to sit in that room. And I know who he's with. As soon as I saw him, I knew who he was going to be having dinner with. But it's I haven't seen the brother in many, many years. He was a year ahead of me in college. He was a cornerback, a star cornerback in the Ivy League. Great athlete, fantastic. Almost broke Dean Cain's interception record for the Ivy League single season.
Right.
In 95. And has worked in sports for a long time. And at last I knew he was working with the NCAA. Living in Indianapolis, met his wife in college. You know, she was a year behind me. You know, just all people that we all went to school together, right? Special time in our lives. So bro walks in and I'm like, man, what's going down? But, right. I didn't serve their table, blah, blah, blah. But I knew these were all sports executives. I didn't know of what nature necessarily. But at the end of the evening, when he's about to leave, we dap up again, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, by the way, man, are you still in Indianapolis? Because when we did Morty's in
Morty's
Indianapolis
in Indy. Yeah.
years ago, I broke off one day and went to go. I spent the day. I watched Michigan State with them on a Saturday with them and their two daughters, and his wife went to Michigan grad school. Blah blah blah. Right.
Right.
So that was the last time I hung with them or saw them. And so I was like, "You guys still in Indy?" He was like, "No, man, Denver." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Are you?" I was like, I saw some posts, on the IG and shit, and I just thought maybe you were on a visit, but you're in Denver now. He's like, yeah. And then I started to connect dots pretty quickly because I knew he was hanging with an NFL executive, right?
Right. A bunch of NFL executives.
So I was like, oh, are you? Well, I only knew one of them, and I knew he was with the NFL now. And I was just like, oh, are you working with the Broncos? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what are you doing over there? And he was like, I'm president. And I was like, nigga, what?
What did you think he was gonna say? What you think he was gonna say, towel boy?
No.
But I mean, what did you think? I mean, he came from one high level.
I'm not doubting him or his skill.
Right. So
shout out to the homie, right?
But
Damani Leach. Like I said, right? This is not about doubting. That's not where I'm going with this at all. What I'm saying.
Okay, because you sound
no. What I'm saying is, I'm not always in touch with everything that everybody's doing in college. But I know I went to school with people who end up doing these crazy ass things, like really big shit, like huge things. And so it was like joyous shock. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, okay, I thought you were more like, what? How the fuck did you get that?
Not how the fuck did you, but damn, I didn't know you got there. I think this is pretty quickly too, even in the span of our lives. Like, this is like, okay, bro, like big shit. And then I realized that it's a table of 5 black people, and every one of them is president of an NFL team. My homie's president of the Broncos. The president of the Commanders was there. The president of the Ravens. The president of the Raiders. And the president of the Chicago Bears. And they're all black people.
Well,
the president of the Raiders is a woman. I was like, what the fuck? So this has me in, and I didn't even put the banner up, sorry. In my Black page will pop in today. This has me in a bit of an NFL dilemma now. I'm not going to lie. Because as much as I have hated this league for its treatment of Colin Kaepernick specifically, my frat brother, and I just think their actions around that and pre and during and post were atrocious and racist and just like not a business that I wanted to participate in anymore. So right. I have stopped. I've called for many black people to boycott for at least 1 year. Like if every black person boycotted the NFL for 1 year, we could demand change because it would hurt their pockets. Don't buy the tickets.
Right.
Don't buy the jerseys.
To a point.
Don't buy the direct TV pad. Don't buy, like it would hurt. It would hurt them. But looking at this table of these 5 black executives, they're not owners, right? So and that's another issue with the league. But this is a guy. This is a good guy, Damani Leach, president of the Broncos. Like this is like I hung out with a bunch of assholes in college. This was a like this is I'm
trying to figure out like.
So I'm like part of me wants to support the league to support this brother that I played ball with, used to practice against daily for 2 seasons, I'd like to support that. Also, it appears apparently there's a lot of speculation, but it looks like the Lions might be actually good this year, and not just like oh fun to watch, but like some sort of contender. And I'm like, I would hate to miss that.
There's nothing wrong with dreaming, man.
I know, man, but here's the thing. I'm in a bit of a dilemma. I'm gonna contemplate, but I'm gonna check the comment section too because I don't know what y'all saying about me. You know, I don't like to flip flop, my nigga, but like it has been like
You
8
can't
years.
flip flop. Well, I can
It's
tell
been
you.
like 8 years. Like when was the Kaepernick thing? It's coming on a decade now that I
Okay.
haven't watched an NFL game.
Okay, but well,
And so I'm just like, maybe I could just dip in this season, just peek in the door, see what's happening. You know what I mean? Maybe just the Lions. But when I got 5 Negroes like, you come to Chicago, come to Vegas, come to Denver, I'm like, if the president of a team invites you somewhere, maybe, like the Skybox, don't judge me, man. I miss football.
okay, well, I'm gonna tell you right now,
and I love it.
Everybody in the feed, hold up.
I don't watch again.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Pedro. It doesn't matter who, what, where. You should not support it. I don't give a fuck if it's a skybox. I don't think you should do any of that. If you stand by it, you shouldn't fuck with it.
Fuck, man.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I understand it's 5 black men, and I get it.
It was 4 black men and a woman.
Okay, and a woman. 4, right. But you said because of their treatment of the NFL, how they treated Colin Kaepernick and black NFL players, coaches, and everything else, you said you're not gonna fuck with it. So
was there 32 teams in the league?
There's 32. All right.
That's almost 18% of the league, though, that was at the restaurant last night.
Right, but I'm saying you still shouldn't. If you're saying that because of this, it makes you like I miss football, but you already stuck to it this long. Why wouldn't you just ride it out?
Because the Lions might be good this year, my homies.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I can say, oh, they might be good.
It's hard.
Okay, but it's still no. I've watched a couple highlights and I caught myself and said, hey, fuck that, and I started watching it. I will stick with UFC and boxing, and I will not support it and basketball to a point, because even with basketball, I think there was some fuck shit they did, but the NFL absolutely did fuck shit. And if you look at a lot of the stuff they said pertaining to NFL, they still did a lot of fuck shit. And you know why I was mad with pertaining to college football. Because college football, I felt like a lot of these kids, you take a fucking coat from a booster and all of a sudden you lose your whole career. And yet these motherfuckers is rolling around with millions of dollars. These coaches are getting $1 million deals. You don't think that that's fucked up?
Oh, of course. I mean, and I've
fuck it.
I've talked about but there is an educational opportunity for the kids there, so that it's doesn't necessarily have to be a total loss. Also, but that's just the bullshit side of it. But there is there is an NIL deal in place now. They have opportunity, but also I realized that, and I talked about it here on the show, that part of the deal is like a lot of these kids can't cash in on competing deals. So like if your school wears Nike and Reebok wants to sponsor you, can't do it.
Right, and you can't receive the money for it. So your family can't receive the money. And if you get hurt, then you're just ass out. And I just don't. No. I think that the NFL has shown how racist they are. And pertaining to the Colin Kaepernick shit, they really went hard to paint. And I think that the Dallas Cowboys owner and on about, we don't want any black owners blocking people from trying to buy football teams and all that other stuff. They're too fuckboy for me to even think about watching them. I'm sorry. Not the players. I want the players to get rewarded. They play hard and they start when they're young. But at the same time, Pedro, you got to admit, they did a lot of fuck shit when it came to Colin Kaepernick. And if it wasn't for Nike giving him money because his career was gone, he'd have been ass out. And he was a good player.
He took the 49ers to the Super Bowl. Anyways, Miyu says all sports not owned by black people are on some fuck shit. I say support the black ones, and that way you can at least try to affect some change. So, Miyu, which is a all right. Listen.
But you see what I'm saying, right?
No. But to address Miyu, I hear what you're saying for sure. To address Miyu specifically, though, the only way what they are saying is possible is if you support Ice Cube's Big 3 League, because I think that officially became the first and only black-owned sports league ever in America.
Yeah. And it's not that bad either. I don't know if you watched it.
It's actually fun. It's 3-on-3 with
it's not that bad. I have watched that.
And they've revived a few careers, and a lot of these dogs are still beasts, and and would hoop the fuck out of any of us up. So, not mad at the idea. Would love more options. Miyu, it is possible, but as far as I know, and what I've read and learned so far, Ice Cube's Big 3 League is the only black-owned professional sports league.
Professional sport league. I think I think there's one woman that owns. I don't know if it's soccer or it's one of them. But the bottom line is, Venus and Serena are part owners of the Dolphins.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm talking about. So you're saying support those ones? I don't know.
You're not about to see me in no goddamn teal and orange.
Right. It's just not gonna happen. So okay, we're gonna definitely move on and close out the show. But I gotta say that my stance on it, I was thinking that before with college football. I used to hate how they treated these kids, and these motherfuckers was balling out of control, making all these millions of dollars on TV endorsements for the college. And like huge.
Some of these niggas are getting boosted and paid under the table, though.
Well, but you know what I mean, Pedro. A lot of these kids weren't.
But yeah, there should be a system.
There should be a system, because if it's not pro ball, it's an increment below it, because they're making millions and millions of dollars on the TV deals. And the colleges, there's some colleges was making millions and millions of dollars. It was
if there were football players starving, imagine what the fucking badminton team was going through.
So, yeah, exactly.
You had to eat the rackets. You know what I'm saying? God damn.
The croquet people were getting
melt the equipment down like, oh, this should be. You got yourself a stoop.
Man, nothing like a plate of croquet. I'm telling you. So Savage AF, me and him, I see what he's saying, and he's like, I get it, but I can't. I wouldn't. And it would be cool to see these brothers and and his sisters together. But I still could not do it because of the history of it.
I think I found it. Just right now, Shang, as you said it, because
does that make sense what I'm saying though?
Yeah, no, because I've flexed my diet over the past few years to try and figure out something that works for me. Because totally plant-based was just like a little boring, and I lost too much weight. But just eating whatever I want to will not work for me for the rest of my life, right? Like as we get older, you can't do that, right? So even when I was plant-based full on, I had cheat days. So I'm thinking as a 8 to 10 year NFL boycotter, I could have a cheat season.
Wow. You are trying to finagle your way around it.
Just one season.
I know, but it goes against what you said. It goes against what I said.
And then I watched this year, and if the Lions don't win the Super Bowl, I could put it all on the line and be like, then I'll never watch football again. Unless it's
okay. Now, if you do that, hold up. I think that if you do that, if you say not even go to the playoffs, if they go to the playoffs, I'm going to give you that. If they go to the playoffs, you can watch from the playoffs on, but not the season. I just don't think that they deserve.
But then it's like jumping in a movie in the third act, dog.
Yeah, but
who's that? How's that guy?
Okay.
What's he doing? Why
Why
they
he
doing
got a gun?
Nigga, that's our number one receiver. He is.
Like, no, I just feel like I was on some fuck football before that because I just heard all the horror stories pertaining to these college players. But
Yeah.
when I heard the stuff pertaining to the NFL and how they treated the black players, the black coaches, how they made the black coaches jump through hoops, and where they would say, we're going to hire you because you're definitely most qualified, and then find out they would hire somebody that was less qualified. I don't know, man. All right. But they do that with comedy too. They hire people. It's the same.
Niggas want to get at the Lions now. I'm telling you, the rhetoric is that they are legitimate contenders. Most of the league has picked them.
All right. Well, good luck with that.
Most of the league has picked them to win that.
Good luck with that.
I was first skeptic of the franchise, but from what I've seen, it seems like they're different. Kevin Keith says, "Man, take your ass to Denver and ball out with your boy." Man,
okay, all right. See, I know that, but that's our problem. Not sticking to our guns.
I mean, listen, Shane, if we get a gig at the Denver Improv, I'ma holler at that nigga. It's in the winter, nigga. And it's a home game.
Okay, all right.
We're going to the Denver State.
Hey,
going Mile High.
Okay, I will be in the hotel.
Mile High. We don't have to post. We don't have to tell nobody. I'll wear a mask for my safety. Doug, I'll change my identity. But
I know it was good to see these brothers do it, and just like it's good for y'all to see these two brothers do this right now. Savage AF, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll feel better. And guess what? Your woman will never complain again in life. Wow. Now that's some amazing shit. But once you get to our page, which you see scrolling down there, make sure you do this. Bell, give us some thumbs up because the thumbs up help us give us more views with the algorithm. And make sure you follow at Black Pedro on Instagram and at Comedian Shang on the goddamn Gram. Gram. Make sure you follow us on the Gram so you can know what's going on. And also, Vegas, we're gonna see you. Actually, we're gonna see you tomorrow night. We're gonna be in Vegas doing our thing at the largest cannabis dispensary in the world called Nuwu Cannabis Marketplace. So we're gonna be there tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It's free. So if you happen to be in Vegas, come out. And if you can't make it to that one, 12:30 a.m. we'll be at the Dirty at 12:30 at the South Point Casino. Now my Shangri is very short. It's a video I want to play and see what y'all think because it's just. All right, let me ask y'all something. Do you think it's time for us to just? I know I don't want a civil war, but the cops is just. Maybe we needed. I don't know, just a few of them, not all of them. Just a few of them needed. Look at this video and tell me. It's a minute. It's a minute long, so just bear with me on it.
Wait, let me get this straight. So for the crime of dating a white girl in Mississippi, 6 cops without a warrant broke into Michael Jenkins' home, detained him and his roommate, beat them within an inch of their life, waterboarded them, pelted them with eggs, raped them with sex toys, and then tased them, and then finally shot one in the mouth. Wait, hold on. I didn't even get that right. Before they shot Michael Jenkins in the mouth and then claimed that he had a gun while he was handcuffed, they actually took turns using each other's tasers to see which one was stronger. Like that, all that in under 2 hours, and all the cops still have their jobs. The racist douchebag running that hick squad of a police unit, by the way, is named Brian Bailey. And he's actually currently under litigation right now for a wrongful death lawsuit in 2019. So all this shit is not new to him.
Shabazz is also urging Attorney General Lynn Fitch to prosecute the officers involved.
You don't have much of a choice but to prosecute Elwood, McAlpin, Dedman, and these 6 officers.
The Department of Public Safety has its own investigation of the allegations. That probe remains open. So is a separate investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice.
I want you to really think about how fucked up our justice system is right now. So 6 police officers turned off their body cams to torture 2 men that were handcuffed. One guy got shot clean in the mouth from cheek to cheek, and nothing's going to happen to these 6 officers. Like, not a damn thing. Like, it's up to the DA to figure out if they want to press charges, and she'll be like, meh, I like these guys, fuck it. And the only thing you can do is sue, of which you and I cover the bill for that. Like, these guys still keep their jobs. This guy, Hunter Elword, has actually been called a serial killer on TikTok before.
So
his last name is the L word. That's the only satisfaction I got from that. But listen,
wow. Okay, so what I'm saying to you is, how much more information do you need to see that the Klan, the white nationalists, the white supremacists are infiltrated not infiltrated, saturated in the police departments across this country. And they absolutely are going to try to not only kill, but torture as many Black people as possible. So when you say there's some good cops, I give you this, and then we go. If there's 3 cops beating up Pedro in a room, and they're the one beating up cops, and there's 97 cops in the room with those cops beating Pedro, that means you have 100 bad cops. Do you understand what I'm saying? Until you good cops are policing these bad cops, fuck you all. They tortured these men. They raped them. They raped them over and over again, which is weird. What the fuck? What? They shot the man in the face, and now it's pending. They don't know if it, and they have proof. They've had absolute proof, and they're just debating whether they should prosecute them. There's been so many cops that have gotten off for heinous crimes, and they finagle the fucking justice system. What do you think of that? What did you think of that video? I just feel like it's time for us to take up arms, legs, and heads. Because if somebody do something like that to my fam, and you a cop, and you think just cause, you got to get it too. I'm sorry. It's enough's enough. Enough's enough, man. That's horrendous.
No, I get it, man. I sorry, I got lost for a moment just thinking about myself in a room with 100 cops. Shit my pants. I gotta go. Yeah, man. But
now that story is pretty intense. And Philip says, I need rest. I'm tired. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of seeing story after story after story. And now show me all of the stories of good cops. I like to see more videos of that, but all I see is the stories of bad cops and horrible, heinous fucking acts that they did. So until you show me that, all cops is bad cops.
And I've seen the videos of white cops in Black neighborhoods doing handshakes with all the kids and double dutching and passing out waters. So we know that good officers exist, but they're in a system that has been so rotted out that at this point I'm not willing to dig through a bunch of mushy apples in a barrel to find some good one
exactly,
or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to beat the worm to the bottom. It's like, fuck it, the barrel is rotten.
Right.
Throw them all out. And then then you can once you dump out the barrel, you could see the good ones from the bad ones.
Yeah, but I mean, the 2 hours of torture, 2 hours. Come on, y'all. These cops need to be burnt to the ground, bruh. They need to be burnt to the ground, retrained, whatever the fuck they got to do. They're out of control, and for some reason, it's more stories of them torturing, beating, shooting, unnecessary shooting, pulling guns on unarmed people of color than there are our Caucasian counterparts. That's all I'm saying. And until I see different, that's what I'm thinking. And then an analogy of 100 cops was just, that's how I feel about it.
That sounds like a movie you should write, The Analogy of 100 Cops. It sounds like a Jordan Peele film.
And at the end, you realize the 3 cops were aliens, and that's how they were beating niggas. And the cops go,
we're serving the tea to. Yeah. All right, man. Listen, Savage AF, fuck your feelings. Facts matter.
That video made me mad, man. Sad, mad, tired.
That's your Shangri for today. That is your show for this week. Honestly, tomorrow again we'll be in Las Vegas, Sin City. First, we're going to be at the New Woo Cannabis Club. It's like the largest cannabis dispensary in the world. We have all the weed in the world.
And then
like there's gonna be a villain who
Yeah.
says W words with H's. He's like, we have all of the weed
in the world,
that you would ever want. But here's the thing.
I'm so
So we get little-
high.
Right. And then later on that same evening /
Right.
next day morning, 12:30, Dirty at 12:30. That's what
Dirty at 12:30
Dirty
gonna be there at the South Point, and then when we come back to LA,
Vegas.
I'll be at the Improv June 25th for the Lit Show. I'll be there. I guess closing it out for that. Then I'll also be at a couple other clubs. So go to my website, iamshang.com. You can see all my dates. But I appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure you tell your friends. Share this shit with your friends, and make sure our numbers go through the roof, because apparently y'all like it. Yeah, so y'all like it, so we appreciate y'all.
You know what it is.
All right.
Hey, listen, on your way out, stay black if that's what you are.
Very important to say that.
Only if that's what you are. Don't be black if you're not. Just stay who you are. You know what I'm saying? Keep your finger out your nose.
Don't do that. That's nasty.